Hey everybody, today on the podcast I'm going to be talking about how I flipped my script on Mother's Day and my top 10 gift ideas for mom this year. Welcome to the podcast with Kylie Nichols. I made the unlikely transition from stay-at-home mom to CEO of a multi-million-dollar leading fashion brand. At Nickel & Suede, we empower the everyday woman to step into her story more boldly, one life-changing accessory at a time. The goal of this podcast is to inspire you through both my story and the stories of other powerhouse women to take that first step towards living the best version of your life. So grab a notebook, grab a pen, and get ready to get started with Kylie Nichols. Hey everybody, happy Friday. I'm back. You are with Kylie Nichols, and I'm excited to talk with you today about kind of a fun topic, going a little bit lighter today. Mother's Day is coming up, and I know we're all thinking about what do I get mom and what are we doing for that? Maybe making plans. So I wanted to focus on some ways to maybe help mom feel special this year. And if you are a mom, also speak to that. So I have 5 boys. My youngest is 3. My oldest is almost 12. And so I've been a mom for, almost 12 years. And so I've been through a few Mother's Day. Actually, Easton, my oldest, was born on Mother's Day. So my first Mother's Day experience was May 10th of 2009. I got up in real early in the morning having contractions, started getting ready, thought, okay, I'm actually going to have this baby. And we spent Mother's Day on the way to the hospital feeling like I was ready to go into labor, had my first baby. So that was really fun. And every couple of years, his birthday is on Mother's Day again, because it kind of shifts around. So I had my next baby about 18 months later. And then my third, there's a little bit more of a gap. So it goes 11, 10, 7, 5, and 3 in our family. So there were definitely years where I had lots of littles at home. And for those first, not that first Mother's Day. That first Mother's Day was just awesome and glowy and fun. But for those first other couple of Mother's Days, I remember Mother's Day being kind of hard because I just felt like unappreciated, which feels really embarrassing. It feels, now that I look back on it, like, why did I make it so much about me? I have a great mom. I love her. I love celebrating her. And I know that Mother's Day is hard for so many people in different ways. And that's so important to acknowledge. So for me, I was surprised when it was hard for me because I was like, I have a great mom. But man, in those early years with little kids, I just felt like exhausted and unappreciated. And, it was hard because Soren was a new dad and my kids were so little. They certainly were the wrong age to be sending an appreciation card from Hallmark to say, we love you so much, Mom. Thanks for all you do. So I did have to go through this thought process of trying to flip my script about Mother's Day and how to make it something that I loved and enjoyable. And so, yes, as moms, we do a lot. We deserve a lot of appreciation. Moms deserve so much appreciation. I have most of my friends are moms, and it's hard work. And when I was unhappy on Mother's Day, feeling like, I'm not getting breakfast in bed. I'm not getting these fancy homemade cards. Nobody, blah, blah, blah. And I realized that was really me thinking about it the wrong way, or I needed to think about it a different way if I wanted to be happy. And there's so many areas in our life and ways, situations we approach. It's like, man, I got to think about this a different way if I want to be happy. And that's important to me. And I want to show up as my best self for my kids, for my husband. I don't want to be grumpy face on Mother's Day. And so, what I had to change my mind about, maybe that's getting older, being a little less selfish, was to not make it about me and to realize, oh my goodness, Mother's Day is supposed to be about all the other moms in my life. I have a mom that I need to show appreciation to and really just focus on her, or my mother-in-law, or the other mom figures I have in my life. Like, I can show appreciation. And if there's anything I know, showing gratitude and appreciation is one of the quickest ways to feeling happier. And so if I could flip my script and say, you know what, I'm just going to make it about other people. And yes, that is what moms do. Moms always make things about other people. But, and so I don't mean to diminish like, oh, moms shouldn't have the day for themselves. But if I wanted to be happy, I needed to change my thoughts. And so that has really made Mother's Day so much more enjoyable to me, because I realize there's so many women that need acknowledgement, need appreciation, need gratitude, and I feel good when I give it. So I love that. When I think about the holidays and the birthdays that I remember the most, it's usually because I spent time pouring into somebody else. And that's the experience that I remember, like, oh, so fun to give so-and-so this gift that I knew they would love, or I spent so much time creating this for this person. I knew they would love it. So, I really believe that if we can show appreciation and show gratitude, that we'll be happy in that circumstance. And, if you have, if your family reads you perfectly and they just give you all the breakfast in bed and spa and pampering and all the things, like, awesome, wonderful. Still, there's room to show appreciation and show love and lift up other women in your life. And also, I'm not trying to throw Soren or my kids under the bus. Things have gotten way better as they've gotten older, and as Soren and I have had a chance to be married for more than a hot minute. And we are better at knowing what the other person likes and things like that. So it does come with age, I think. But there's just lots of ways that we can make Mother's Day a great day. So I wanted to give you some ideas for Mother's Day, maybe for your mother-in-law. Maybe this is for your husband to listen to do for you. I don't know. But I had some thoughts. I really want to make my mom feel great. I really want to help you make other moms feel great. And guess who else is going to feel great? Me and you when we go do other things for people. So I think the best gift is one, like for Mother's Day, I think it's good if it's like 60% a surprise. Like they are surprised that you, like if mom is surprised that you appreciate her or you know her so well, then that's like a home run because you got something you knew she would like, but she didn't think you'd ever think to do it. So I think that's kind of what this category of list, this, 10 ideas, I think that fits those bill. So my first idea is to write a letter to mom. Write her a note, handwritten, I think is awesome, especially so she can save it. But write a letter and tell her how much you appreciate her and things that you remember that really stood out and really were special. Because she's going to feel great if you say, I remember that one time when you took the time to do this for me, or when you thought of that. And so just helping her remember back to moments that you remembered and really made you feel grateful. If you're really feeling adventurous or going big, then you could organize having a few letters come in from siblings or their spouse or a friend and just really shower them with like written words of affirmation and thanks. For little kids, you could have them obviously write something. I'm still a sucker for those answering question little surveys that kids do. And it's just fun, I think, to remember all the silly things that they say about how old you are and all the things. So I'm still a fan of that. My second idea for Mother's Day would be a subscription. I think subscriptions are really fun because it's a treat. A lot of women won't spend that on themselves. And also it reminds them all year long that you're thinking about them and that you love them. So magazines are one of my favorite subscriptions that are just kind of an extra treat. And it's not expensive. Flower subscriptions are also really wonderful. You're not seeing... If you're listening, you're not seeing my desk, but I do have a flower subscription from one of my friend's business. She's a florist and she does a flower subscription, and I love having fresh flowers on my desk twice a week and supporting her. So you can find a floral subscription. It just feels good to look at fresh flowers. A plant subscription, I've seen those as well. I think those are fun. Gives mom a chance to learn about a new plant every month and take care of it. Beauty products are also huge, obviously a big subscription industry. And I think most women, can't speak for all, a lot of women are suckers for trying out new beauty products, especially when it's not on their own dime. So I would say subscription would be a home run. And there's so many different types in these days. Number 3 is kind of generic, but I think new stationery, new pens, new markers, new sticky notes. Like I have this journal on my desk I'm using and it's like beautiful. It's blue. It's got like a ribbon in it. It's lined. My favorite pen, this Precise V7 Pilot pen. Like we just are suckers for these things. Okay. Like I said, can't speak for all women, but most women are suckers for a new lined notebook or a new set of pens or something like that. So it's just always feels like a fresh start and a way to get organized. So I don't think you go wrong there. Number 4 would be a gift certificate to a store. But be intentional about what store. So some of my ideas are the Container Store, Paper Source, West Elm, Nickel and Suede. These are stores where it forces her to buy something to treat herself. These are very specialized stores full of things that women love that they usually don't treat themselves with. So the Container Store, we love to organize things. There's just a plethora of baskets and all kinds of things that we would never necessarily feel like we could just fill a cart with. Paper Source has all these cute little knick-knacky, it's just so fun to look in there. West Elm's the same way with beautiful pillow or a throw or just little accents for the house that maybe would be a treat. Nickel and Suede, same thing. Accessories or a hat, some perfume, just little rings, things that make you feel good that, it's not like Target or even Nordstrom where you could get something practical. Like, don't let her buy anything practical. Number 5 would be a gift certificate to get pampered. So I know that spa is or a facial is like a very generic Mother's Day thing. But I think the way to do it and make it the best experience is to choose a place where she already goes, where she likes the place, and get her a gift certificate for more than she usually spends. So, Soren's gotten me gift certificates to a spa before, and I hesitated to use it because I'd never been there before. And so there was just kind of this, I don't know, for me, I don't like to try new things. But if he got me a gift certificate to my hair place or my nail place or something, it'd be like, ooh, maybe I'll go for the extra this time if I had a bigger gift certificate. So I think that'd be a fun way to treat mom or treat your wife or a friend. Number 6 would be to plan an upcoming trip. And that could be a day trip. It could be an outing. It could be even just an event, but something that forces her to get away from it all in a fun, new way. So one year, I think it was for Christmas, but Soren got me tickets to a Maroon 5 concert, but it was in Nashville. And so not only did we get tickets to the event, but we also had to go to Nashville for the weekend. So we had flights included with that. And I know that's a little bit extravagant for some people, but for, just a comedy show, a concert, maybe just a weekend getaway to a little Airbnb, something like that, where it's just, hey, we've got these plans and we're going to go do it, going to get away from it all. Number 7 is a house cleaning. No woman will ever turn down somebody coming and deep cleaning their house for a couple of hours, even if it's just an additional. Another one with house cleaning is it could be an organizer. And I know that for men, that might be a little harder to track down, but there are fantastic, usually women-owned businesses where they will come in and organize something for you. So they'll organize your pantry, or they'll organize your closet, or organize your basement or your garage, just somewhere, and they'll get you started. And you can just pick a room and they'll organize that. So I think those two things would always be appreciated. It's something that we there's never enough help with, and an expert coming in is even more fun. Okay, number 8. Buy something splurgy in a hobby that she loves. So we all know what our mom likes to do, or what your wife likes to do, or your friend or your aunt. We all know what they like to do, but there's going to always be something that they probably wouldn't buy themselves that is like the Cricut, or the special, watched for exercising, or the special clips for their bike, or something like that. So look into their hobby a little bit, maybe even go to the store for that and ask an expert and say, what would be splurgy in this category? What would she probably not have gotten herself yet? What's new? And you could go in with siblings, or go in with with your dad, or go in with somebody to get something a little bit bigger that, mom would never buy for herself. Number 9 is to donate to a cause that she cares about. So some moms already have it all. It's hard to do some of these things for them. But sometimes it's an easy to find a cause that they care about, whether it's Charity Water, which brings water to communities all over the world, or Days for Girls, which helps with menstrual health all over the world for women, or Black Girls Code, which is one of the organizations we donate to, where it helps Black girls learn how to code and have skills in a certain industry. So there's so many causes, but find one that she is important to her and donate in that to that cause for her, and then let her know, and maybe there's a way she can follow up with it. Number 10, it's just my plug, but it's to use your purchase, whatever you buy for mom, to support a woman-owned business, or especially a mom-owned business. There are so many women that I know that are moms that have started a side gig, or have opened a store, or they are business owners. And this is just a good chance to support those women who are trying to do it all. Like, we aren't all trying to do it all, but give them some support, give them some extra love, and show them that they're doing a good job. So then you're doing a 2-for-1. You're supporting your mom and you're supporting another mom. So this is a good chance to use those dollars in that way. So as we celebrate Mother's Day this year, I hope these tips help. I hope they, whether it helps you flip the script about yourself for Mother's Day, or maybe helped you think of somebody that really could use one of these boosts on Mother's Day. There's really no right way to show appreciation or gratitude for somebody. It's really just the act of doing it that makes them feel cared about, and really, I think, gives you that special boost and even some extra confidence. So thanks so much for listening. Happy Mother's Day coming up, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for listening today to With Kylie Nichols. I hope that today you felt empowered to take one more step towards living the best version of you. Tune in next week for another episode, and in the meantime, you can find us elsewhere on the internet. You can find me on Instagram at Kylie Nichols and at Nickel and Suede. You can also find us at nickelandswade.com. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.